What is going on, college basketball fans? Welcome back to another video. Today we're looking at my favorite March Madness sleepers for this year's March Madness tournament. Almost every single year in the tournament, we have a team that's a 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, or even an 11 seed make it to the Elite Eight or even all the way to the Final Four. Last year, we had a lot of chalk in the tournament. 2 years ago, I predicted NC State to the Elite Eight. They were my big-time sleeper. They ended up making it to the Final Four as an 11 seed. We'll see if we can get it right again this year. I got 5 teams, 2 honorable mentions of sleepers for this season I think could go on a run. I'm ready to get started. Just want to say subscribe if you guys are new. Hit that like button if you guys enjoy. We're on the road to 10,000. Ton of college basketball content coming your way. Especially now, this is the best time to subscribe to this channel. And yeah, guys, let's get right into it. Guys, first my 2 honorable mentions. The first one's an obvious one. Right now they are a projected 6 seed, which is right on the cutoff on what I consider a sleeper, 6 to an 11 seed, and that is BYU. The reason they are only an honorable mention right now is they are way too good to be a 6 seed right now. They are just in a little bit of a rough patch right now. I believe this team will get back up to a 4 or a 5 seed by the time the tournament begins. They have one of the best players in college basketball in AJ Dibansa. I mean, he just gets to his spots. He's one of those players that just looks like he is better than everybody else on the court. He is an elite defender, a great rebounding forward, and he just can do it all. They're going to get him to his spots there in the post. They also have a really good point guard transfer from Baylor who has been very good for this team this year. Him and Richie Sanders are a great backcourt, can put up a lot of points. Keba Keita is a great center as well, a great anchor for this team on defense. I definitely think BYU could go on a run as a 6 seed if that is where they end up, but I really do think that they will end up as a 4 or 5, which is why they are an honorable mention here today. My second honorable mention is Liberty. Liberty has been on fire ever since they hit conference play. They struggled a little bit in the non-conference, but they have not looked back in Conference USA. Right now, they are a projected 12 seed. I don't see them getting any higher than that. They will probably be a 12 seed, assuming they do win the Conference USA tournament. But this team is really good, and because they're not a 6 to 11 seed, they're a 12 seed. I kind of consider them more of a Cinderella than a sleeper team to make a run. But this team, their big question mark is the size. Are they going to be able to compete with some of these big dogs from the Power 5 without a ton of height and size on this team? But the big pros that they have are their backcourt and their three-point shooting. Their electric play style couldn't give them a chance to go on a run in the tournament. Brett Decker shoots almost 50% from behind the three-point line, and he's almost a 20-point per game scorer. They got Caden Matheny, who's also a 40% from three-point shooter. Zach Cleveland doesn't shoot the 3 ball, but he is a point forward, averaging almost 8 assists per game. They have a lot of really good guards, and that kind of shooting style could help Liberty go on a run. I know a lot of people will be turned off by them because last year they were a 12 seed and they got raced by Oregon in the first round. It wasn't even a question. They were never going to win that game. So, and a lot of people took them last year. I think I did in a few of my brackets as well. But this year, they have that experience. I think they could be dangerous. Look out for them as a 12 seed. Now for the top 5. Coming in here at number 5, my first real sleeper, I do have St. Louis, and this might actually be the best team on this list. I know people are really hyped about St. Louis. They enjoy watching them, but I'm not sure if a lot of people understand how good this St. Louis team actually is. The only knock you can have against the Billikens right now this season is that they haven't played that great of competition. But even when they're going up against the good competition, the best teams that they've played, which is Dayton and VCU, they destroyed them. Not only beat them, but beat them down. And right now they are a projected 7 seed. I mean, they are number 3 in effective field goal percentage. They're number 4 in fast break points. This team gets out in front, and it really seemed to me almost like the Michigan of mid-majors. Like, they are dominating almost everybody. They rebound and get out into fast break a lot like Michigan does and put up a lot of points that way. They are also number 7 in rebounds per game, averaging 42 per game as a team. And then number 4 in fast break points. I mean, it really does seem like they are like a mini Michigan, but I still think they're not that far off. Like, they are definitely better than a 7 seed in my opinion. And oh yeah, they play defense too. They are number 1 in the country in opponent field goal percentage this year. Number 1 in the country. Their opponents this year have only shot 36% from the field on average. This Billikens team is legit, and they will be a real sleeper if they make the tournament. I know we all want to see Robbie Avita get to the tournament finally. He got hoed out of making it 2 years ago at Indiana State. He's back here at St. Louis with the same coach, Coach Schertz. They will be fun this year in March, and I cannot wait for it. Next up, number 4, we do have Texas. Now, this one's a little bit less analytic based like St. Louis is. The analytics love St. Louis. Like I said, they're almost like a mini powerhouse in the analytic department, like a mini Michigan almost. Texas, the analytics aren't too high on them, but I will say they are number 9 in offensive efficiency this year in all of college basketball. They are top 10 in offense. That is really, really good. They also get to the foul line, and they make their free throws when they get there. They are number 5 in free throws made in all of Division I. They also have a lot of experience on this team. Dalen Swain, Tremont Mark, Jordan Pope, Weaver, Cam Heide. That is a lot of experience that they have in their backcourt, and a very deep backcourt as well. I believe their X factor is going to be Volkaditis, the center. He is only a sophomore. He is one of their best players. He has to show up big time and play his role good. I think Texas will have a shot this year. Right now they are a projected 11 seed and actually one of the last teams in. So it will be a tough path for them, but I actually like Texas as a sleeper. Not sure if they'll 100% make it this year because they are kind of on the bubble right now, but I'm really loving what this team has going on right now in year 1 under Sean Miller, a very good, experienced coach. So Texas, look out for the Longhorns right now, an 11 seed as a sleeper to go on a run. Next up at number 3, I do have another team in Texas, and that is TCU. The Horned Frogs have had some very big wins this year, and Michigan, they played them very close. They played other teams pretty close too, like BYU on the road, Houston. This team plays its best basketball against the best teams in the country, but they also have a quad 4 loss this year against New Orleans University. So TCU really seems to play their best against the best teams, but they could also get upset very early. But right now, they really won't have to worry about playing such a bad team early because they are a projected 11 seed. Even after beating Iowa State, they are still in as an 11 seed. So first round, they'd have to play a 6 seed. That's a really good team. So they should be playing their best basketball right at the start. Look out for the Horned Frogs. They've pulled off some upsets this year and a couple of other close ones against some other good teams. They could do it again in March Madness. They are very similar to our next team, number 2 on this list, the Wisconsin Badgers. Now, Wisconsin also has some massive wins this year. They just knocked off Illinois on the road, a top 10 team. And earlier in the year, they knocked off Michigan on the road, and that is still Michigan's only loss on the season. Right now, Wisconsin is projected around a 7 or an 8 seed, and I think that they would be a very dangerous team to have to face in the second round for a 1 or a 2 seed. They have a very experienced backcourt in Blackwell and Nick Boyd. Nick Boyd made the national championship game a few years ago with San Diego State, and he is having his best season of his collegiate career, and he is probably the best player right now on this Wisconsin team, scoring-wise and playmaking-wise. I think the big-time X factor for this Wisconsin team is, can their front court show up? They got Nolan Winter. They got Rapp. Can they show up big time in the tournament for this Badgers team? I think Greg Gard is also an underrated coach in college basketball. Like TCU, they got those big wins. They've been hot recently in the Big Ten as well. I think they can make some noise, and right now they are one of my favorite sleepers if the tournament started today. I have on this list is going to be Texas A&M. Buckyball has arrived in the Power 5 in the SEC, and they are amazing right away. Right now, they are a projected 9 seed in the March Madness tournament. Could definitely be a sleeper and a dangerous 9 seed for a 1 seed in the second round. They are number 2 in the entire country in bench points per game, averaging 35 points per game off the bench. That is just amazing. They are top 10 in points per game in general, averaging over 90 points per game as a team. They have 6 players on their team averaging double figures this year. That is just insane. Buckyball is here. They are going to put up a ton of points, and analytics love them, especially their offense. I think they are a very scary team to have to face. My main worry with this Texas A&M team, because they have some experienced transfers coming in, I'm not really too worried about that. They score a lot of points. They could also give up a lot of points if they play another good offense. It could be kind of sketchy. But my main issue with Texas A&M is they haven't really played the best against the top tier teams in the SEC. So I'm worried their ceiling might be a little bit lower than some of these other teams on this list. But man, they are fun to watch. And I think that Bucky McMillan, the coach for Texas A&M, young head coach, hopefully he sticks with the Aggies for a little while here, because I think he could really build them up. And in a few years, they could be very much competing for an SEC title. So that is going to do it for this one, guys. Let me know if you guys have any sleepers in this projected range from 6 seed to 11 seed that I didn't mention. Let me know down below, and who are you backing? Who's going to be your big-time sleeper this year in March Madness? At this point, who would they be? Let me know in the comment section. Subscribe. We're almost 10,000 subs. Help your boy out. And yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching.